tomorrow.
Angie's the city manager.
So,
Get it right, Justin.
There we go.
Yeah, fly whatever.
see if tomorrow afternoon works.
It's 4:30, so if everyone would please join me for a moment of silence and followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So I'd like to call the meeting to order. Need a motion to approve the agenda.
Roll call.
I'm sorry?
Roll call.
Roll call.
Sorry. Brad Hint.
Here.
Tom Eggers.
Here.
Pete Hamill.
Here.
Chantel Ostra. Here. Jeff Wagner.
Here. Now we need a motion to approve the agenda.
I will make a motion to approve the agenda.
Support.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the agenda. Can I have a roll call, please?
Hamill.
Aye.
Ostra. Aye. Wagner.
Aye.
Hint.
Aye.
Eggers.
Aye.
And now it's time for public forum. If anybody would like to address the council at this time. Jason? Would you state your name and what you have to say, please?
Jason Van Matron, I'm at 1560 South 10th Ave. I'm speaking on behalf of Cameron Van Matron, who lives at 6th Street and 6th Avenue, which is on the corner of the park. I believe he sent a letter to Tom Eggers.
Yes, I did receive it, and I'll forward it on after the meeting today. Thanks.
So this is in regards to a tree at the corner there of 6th and 6th, and then it is displacing the concrete on the sidewalk there. This is on the downside towards the city park, so there is a safety concern there. I believe that his letter stated asking for assistance from the city on removing the tree and fixing the concrete. I don't know the city's plan as far as ADA compliance. I see some intersections have been upgraded. This one has not, and so he was looking at if this was something that the city could partake in. Fixing this intersection.
Just to support that, I did drive by it soon after receiving his letter, and there is, you can see where it's heaped up because of the roots and that. So, but I was out of town over the past few days, and so we'll follow up with Todd on that unless Todd has anything to offer today. I've got photographs I'm just sending both you and Angie. So.
Okay.
But we'll take a look at it.
Yeah. We can certainly look at it. There'll have to be some checking as to whose responsibility that actually is. And I don't have the code in front of me right now, but I will look into it and get in touch with you.
Yep. And I know that there's city code about sidewalk being the homeowner's responsibility. And I also didn't know what the city's plan was as far as updating intersections of ADA compliance on safety bumps and type of things, if that fell within that particular program, if there is one. Also, if there is an opportunity to do a type of cost sharing because of where it is by the city park. And so Sheldon Celebration Day is coming up here. To me, I think that would be an opportunity for it. But thank you for your time.
Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, thanks.
Next, we need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I would like one item removed, or I can discuss it now. Item E, resolutions for wages and benefits. If we want to discuss it, I can voice my opinion. We talked about it before, but I strongly disagree with the bump in the health savings account from the $7,100. I think that's a nominal fee to jump. I think the employees, I'm not against the employees or their wages. I'm against the health savings account bump. Seems like the city always takes the brunt of the increases, and once we give this max out their health savings account, there's no going back. So That's my comment on it. I'm not against the wages. I'm against the bump in health savings account.
Brad?
That's not an increase.
The health savings account
No,
from
that's what it's been.
6,000 to 7,100.
No, it's been at 7,100 since we opened up HSAs. There hasn't been an increase to it since the day we started that insurance plan.
Yeah, the limit right now, I believe, is like 85.50.
Because we had talked about in the budget going up to 7,100.
I think Sam wanted to increase it over the 7,100. 7,100 is what we started it at
Okay.
5 years ago.
Yeah, I recall it that way too.
Okay, then I misunderstood.
I didn't change that.
Okay, I misunderstood where we were going. I was under the impression it was going to go to the maximum amount of 7,100. Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
I'm misinformed, so I apologize for my mistake.
Okay,
No apology necessary.
But if it makes you feel you get better, I was confused also on it, so
Yeah,
I'm not sure where that came from, but
can we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
yeah,
Are you okay with leaving that on?
Yes,
the
I'm
consent
fine,
then?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm fine.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll support that.
Roll call?
Wagner,
I
Ostra,
Aye.
Hamel,
Aye.
Eggers,
Aye.
Hint,
Aye.
Next on the agenda is old business. For the third reading of the two water ordinances and the water and sewer ordinances. So this is our third reading. What do we need to do on this?
just a motion and second on each.
I'll make the motion to approve the third reading of the sewer rate.
I'll support.
Roll call?
Eggers,
Aye.
Hamel,
Aye.
Ostra,
Aye.
Wagner,
Aye.
Hint,
Aye.
Next would be the water ordinance.
I will make a motion to approve the third reading of the water ordinance.
Support.
Roll call, please.
Hint,
Aye.
Eggers,
Aye.
Hamel,
Aye.
Ostra,
Aye.
Wagner,
Aye.
Next is new business. Item A is a resolution to fix the date for the hearing on July 1st on the emergency services non-TIF bond. Can I have a motion to approve that?
This is just to set the date for the public hearing, correct?
Correct.
I will make a motion for that.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded that we approve that. All roll call, please.
Ostra,
Aye.
Wagner,
Aye.
Hint,
Aye.
Eggers,
Aye.
Hamel,
Aye. Next is item B, proposals from Beck Engineering on the Paper Land Phase design.
Sure. I can give a brief description, and Landon from BEI is
Yeah.
also here if there's questions for him. But essentially at the last meeting or a couple meetings ago, you approved to move ahead with the plating and zoning of phase one. Essentially, to do that work effectively, we also need to begin design. We really need to have 50% design would be preferable before we lay out that land area so that we don't have to do it twice. So what's in front of you is a proposal to get started on that. And also, by approving this now or soon anyways, keeps us on track to get to a early 2027 bid date, which would be favorable. And something that I would recommend if we're going to try to go to construction next spring, summer. The proposal is just for design services. It does not include construction administration or inspection at the time. It's broken up into 3 sections so that you can act on all of them or a portion of them. The first section is for $221,000, and that gets essentially the 43 lots in phase one ready to go. Second section would be, I gotta pull it up, sorry. For the, is it the trail or the park? It's for the park. And third would be for the trail. At a minimum, I would recommend that you move forward with the design of phase one. The The park and trail can come later if you want them to. They can also go now if you want them to. I guess from there, you read your packets, I'll stand for questions, or you have questions for Landon?
So is there any efficiency in doing the design of all three of those at the same time? Or do these quotes stand on their own?
Yeah, go ahead, Landon.
Yeah, so these would
Come up, please. Sorry. I can't hear. So I can't talk and I can't hear. So.
Don't blame you. Landon with Spec Engineering. Yeah, so the question was, is there efficiencies with designing all three pieces at once or separately? These would stand on their own.
Okay.
Because we had known coming into it that the neighborhood park or the recreational trail piece may not be approved.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Todd, I'm going to go back to you. Is there a plan for the rec trail on 16th? Has that been noted from the commission that that's what they want to do?
So the Trails Board would love to see us install trail as part of the project. That is their desire. They understand that it wouldn't currently connect to anything on the west, and that it would connect to essentially a 4-foot sidewalk system to the east. But in their mind, it's one more section filled in of their dream of having 8-foot wide or 10-foot wide trail connecting the entire distance.
The reason I ask is it seems to me that there's discussion also about extending the trail along Second Avenue all the way out to the interstate and utilizing the easement area of Highway 60, I should say, not the interstate, but Highway 60, and moving it around to some portion to the east and north. So.
Yeah, there certainly is discussion about that. And actually, Landon is attending the Trail Board meeting tomorrow night to have some discussions or maybe even some long-range planning talk with them. Because this year they would like to extend trail on Country Club Road south to 16th Street. And then they're really trying to figure out from there, where do we go? Do we try to go west back to Washington, or do we continue south and follow the Highway 60 right away along? Okay. Both are certainly possible. They both have different challenges,
right,
and they both come with different cost estimates as well.
Right. Okay. So if we did not, if we held off on the recreational trail, and I'm guessing the neighborhood park, they stand on their own, we don't have any bidding issues that we have to worry about.
I don't know that we have bidding issues. I think the park can definitely stand alone. There's maybe some convenience to the development. If you intend on putting trail in there, do you want to go back and put trail in after somebody built their house? Or would you rather have it in on the front side so they know when they buy the lot that there's a trail there? To me, that's maybe if we ultimately want trail there, that's the advantageous part about doing it as part of the project.
But this whole project has to be reapproved again by council, right? I mean, the design and all that has to be approved.
Yeah, I mean, assuming we move forward today, you would see final plans and specs in November, December, getting ready to bid in January, February, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and we would need to figure out financing between now and then as well.
So your suggestion would be is to wait on the park, but add the recreational trail in with phase one?
That's what I think is likely best, but that's just one opinion.
Okay.
I have a question. Looking at the plan, I assume that those gray things around there are sidewalks. Is that correct?
No.
No? Are there sidewalks planned there, or do the?
Well, per our zoning ordinances, the property owners would have to put sidewalks in after they built their homes.
Okay.
So those would go in as they built.
For those lots, would they be required to put them on two edges of their lots?
Be a corner lot, so yes, our ordinance would require 2 sidewalks.
I know about that, so.
Yep.
Not
the first place we've done this. East 6th Street, 23rd Avenue to Country Club would be an example. And then from there, we just connect to a system of 4-foot sidewalks until we go back to trail, north and on the north and south. Well, not really south end anymore, but north end and midpoint of Country Club.
And is this trail, as it's presented here, I didn't look at it, is it an 8-foot trail or?
10-foot wide trail.
Okay.
Guess I'd like to see a master plan of the trails of where they're gonna go, because to me, it sounds like we're just gonna put in a chunk, and they're not sure how far it's gonna, where it's gonna end up eventually. You know, it'd be like nice to have a master plan rather than we're just putting in a chunk of trails that lead to nowhere.
Something that Landon had mentioned to me, and we could certainly do if it's the council's wishes, is if you don't want to move forward with trail design right now, but as an example, Brad, go back and challenge trails to come back with something else. We could start design as if there will be a trail there someday, meaning leaving a little wider openings at the road or whatever for now, and then maybe tighten those details up when it gets closer to the end. Is that a fair assessment, Landon?
Yeah, that's fair. The only thing I would say is we'd probably want to plat the lots, assuming that a 25-foot easement would be on the south edge of those lots so that they still have enough buildable area for a home.
Which will affect our lot sizes a little bit if we're going to take 25 feet away.
Correct, yeah.
I've gotten 3 calls this week about this, and all 3 calls have been, they would really like to see a little more details on how this is going to come together as far as covenants or development of this area prior to the platting of it. You know, I just think that I'm concerned, and I've got the other call of, it's my job to pass along what they ask. And they're just saying for $225,000, do we ever bid any projects that Beck does, or do we just, whatever they offer is what we take? So that's what's out there in the community. We don't, just best to answer that question for them instead of have them talk behind their backs. But I will speak to say that I think the trail is important to have there. And we should plot for the trail. If we're going to have one there, we should do it now. And our developments are, if we have the money, I think we should put the trail in now. You know, we keep developing these areas that aren't ever completed. I'd like to see the sidewalks put in so we develop it and people are going to start moving in there and assess the sidewalks back to the people when they buy the lots. But we keep getting all this development that never completes. And so there's places in town still where we have sidewalks and then no sidewalks and then sidewalks because there's an empty lot. And it's hard for people to say, hey, I want this is in there, I want to be in. It's kind of halfway there. So, and I've heard from a number of people in the community, they'd like to see this a little bit more master plan than we are at this point as far as single-family housing, condos, multi-housing family, what's going to go in there, and the concerns and the developers I've talked to saying that it's going to be hard once we start building all kinds of different houses in here to get to fill in the empty lots. And so I'm very concerned that while we need to move forward on this, we don't really have a true master plan of filling this thing out. So that's just what I'm hearing in the community. So I'm sharing it with everybody else.
The discussion that we had with the contractors and the meeting that we had and developer, this first phase was all single family, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we
Talked
decided
about.
to
Yeah.
rezone it single family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And the design phase is an actual step towards a master plan as well, correct?
Yeah, I guess I'll add, we have a master plan for the main center parcel there. Right now, as the master plan stands, it all is single-family residential. But there are 3 phases identified with varying sizes of lots. This first phase, which we felt was the most efficient phase to start with in terms of drainage, stormwater, et cetera. Has the 43 lots, but in total, there's 100 single family lots in the metro.
So when will the planning happen in regards to the other two plots then?
That is entirely up to council and SCDC, depending upon how well this fills out.
Yeah, I think the main focus right now is single-family housing. And then as we move back to the north, then get into the next phase would be multifamily and that.
Right, because we just decided to do phase one as like rezone just phase one. So there's more opportunity for additional
Well,
types of housing.
our goal is to create affordable housing. And at the developers meeting, the most excitement was from the multifamily price point that they thought they could bring those in. And we really don't have, that's just somewhere down in the future, so.
That may be too, Jeff, and the comments are a little frustrating to me only because we brought you exactly what you asked for. And if we didn't, I guess I apologize, maybe I misheard you, but this is what I heard the last couple of meetings. This is what we want to see. So that's why it's here today.
That may be true.
I guess at this point, from the discussion so far, I would be in support and willing to make a motion that we accept phase one and the trails today and come back to the park later in the design phase. That would be my motion at this point.
I would support that.
Moved and seconded that we approve phase one and rec trail. Roll call, please.
Eggers,
Aye.
Hamel,
Aye.
Ostra,
Aye.
Wagner,
No.
Hint,
Aye.
One other comment that I would make as far as my thoughts on the trail thing. I think that if this trail were there, it would get used much differently. I see a lot of people on the trail through Hills Park and everywhere else that are family with little kids on bicycles or even walkers with pushing strollers and that kind of thing. They're not going to go out around
On 60.
on 60. If in fact that happens sometime, it's not going to attract. The other thing it would do is put trails presence in that part of town. Over the years, we've had a lot of people
Nothing.
saying, hey, I live here, and there's no trail even close.
South end of town has never been able to get to a trail.
So I think this would fit in no matter what they plan.
Okay.
But we put it all the way around the pond.
Okay. Discussion on property and casualty insurance.
Sure. So as part of our yearly insurance review, we did look at some different deductible options on vehicle or auto and property insurance. Staff's opinion is that auto insurance is fine, leave it as is. We, however, would recommend that we increase our property deductible from $1,000 to $25,000. As you consider this, it's important to remember that our wind and hail deductible is a completely separate deductible from this $25,000, and it is 2% of the value of every building. So we essentially already have high deductibles on our wind and hail, and not that we can't have other events, but wind and hail seem to be the more common. So raising that deductible from $1,000 to $25,000 will save us $20,459 on this year's premiums. From there, Andrew and I will stand for questions.
So from a risk perspective, I take it that this move is based upon a low risk.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because, you know, our, like I said, our items with wind and hail already being at 2%.
Yeah.
You're now insuring for things as fire, vandalism, whatever, and not that they can't happen, but they're not as common.
Right.
So we just all have to remember, if we do this, it's great to save the money, but when we have a large deductible later,
We're gonna have cash.
it's the
Right.
poison we sold, yes, and we need to have some cash. Yep.
So it's a way of self-insuring ourselves
Correct.
on a low risk.
I did have a conversation with Larry Smith about it. He tends to agree, and his feeling is, in today's insurance market, clients need to be self-insuring themselves to a certain degree. For what it's worth, he thought this was likely a wise move as well.
So there's no motion required here? Or do we have to approve this?
I think a consensus would be okay.
I
We
would
just
rather
need to
have a
get-
motion,
Okay,
Okay,
then it's on the
it's our
record.
first argument.
I know.
we'd entertain a motion to,
I'll make a motion.
I will second.
moved and seconded that we approve this motion. Roll call, please.
Hens,
Aye.
Eggers,
Aye.
Hamel,
Aye.
Ostra,
Aye.
Wagner,
Aye.
Reports? Todd?
I have nothing.
Angie?
I do not have anything either.
Tom or Brad? Nope.
Aye.
Counselor Lorette? Jeff?
Nope.
If not, we can entertain a motion to
Make
adjourn.
that motion to adjourn.
I will second again.
Roll call, please.
Wagner,
Aye.
Ostra,
Aye.
Hamel,
Aye.
Eggers,
Aye.
Hens.
Aye.